10:18 at the Monday 920 KDHL, and it is my pleasure to bring you Suzy Bogguss, who is joining us this morning to talk about her new album, and she's got a couple of concerts coming up in the Twin Cities next week. Suzy's joining us from Florida this morning. Good morning, Suzy. How are you?
Good morning to you. I am very well, thanks. Looking forward to getting back up there. I was there, I can't remember if we played where we played last, or if I did Prairie Home or what I did, but one of those. I've been up there not too long ago, but this place, the Dakota, is kind of a favorite of ours because it's so incredibly intimate, and we decided to add a second show, so we've got two shows now on the 8th of May that we're really looking forward to.
We played, just as you were calling me up this morning, we played Cross My Broken Heart off your debut album from 1989, Somewhere Between. It's one of my favorites.
That's a great song. Yeah, we add that one in every once in a while if somebody asks for it in the audience. I'm doing a kind of more an acoustic show these days, and it's just a trio, and that way, if somebody's got a favorite that they really, really love, we can usually pull it off. And, sometimes I'll forget the words and I'll have to ask the audience members to help me out. But
I've got, after we get done talking, I've got another one lined up. A listener requested it after they saw on the website yesterday that you were going to be on the show with me this morning. Somebody requested Someday Soon.
Nice.
So that'll be coming up.
We always do that one.
Yep, that'll be coming up. That's off
one of my favorites too. I love singing that every night, and I've got a guy playing guitar for me that plays what they call a B-bender, and it's electric guitar, but most of the show is acoustic, but it's an electric guitar that actually, when you pull on the neck of the guitar, it makes the sound of a steel guitar.
Wow.
So when we play that song, I always get so jazzed because it's such a unique instrument, and he really wails on it, so it's pretty cool.
That was probably your most successful album. That song off the album Aces, that was probably your most successful album, was it not?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's tough to get a platinum album these days. In particular, it's just gotten harder. I don't know if it's that less people are buying CDs these days and more people are doing downloads and things. I don't really know what that is, but yeah, getting a platinum album was a big deal. I have gold records and that stuff on my wall now, and I wonder, what are the younger people putting up on their walls? They don't have that anymore. We even a lot of times we would have an old LP.
Oh, sure.
Spray painted and then put the stuff on it as if it was a big record instead of just CDs.
Now I know you took a little time out at some point in the 90s to do a little raising a family and things, and then and then now you kind of you've been getting back into it ever since then, and unfortunately you haven't been able to get anything to really hit the charts, but I know you're still producing some good music.
Yeah, that's one of those things that's a hard thing to to sort of publicize, is that we still make music. We have our own record label now, my husband and I, and I've done 5 albums on it, and all different kinds of things, because I've been able to sort of just branch out. Since I'm not hitting straight for the country chart, I've done some Western swing. I've done some kind of things that lean more towards the folkier side, like a James Taylor kind of vibe, and I've done a folk record that I was inspired to do because of my tour with Garrison Keillor. And that's kind of like your folk songs from your 5th grade songbook, like Shenandoah and Red River Valley and Sweet Betsy from Pike, all those kind of songs. And it's a lot of fun because I did it with Jerry Douglas and Stuart Duncan and, just some amazing bluegrass and acoustic musicians. And then my newest record is all songs that were written by Merle Haggard.
Yeah, I was going to say you found that Merle Haggard has always been one of your favorite artists, and your new album, was it called Lucky? Is that the title of your new?
It's called Lucky. Yeah. He had 2 different songs. He had the song called "I Always Get Lucky with You," which is on the record, and then "Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Star." So there was something I was reading about him when I decided to make the record, and I thought that's a common thing there with him, and I feel I feel really lucky that I know him and that I could call him and say, "Hey, do you mind if I do your song?"
And he's been pretty lucky. He's had a couple of health scares and everything, but he just still keeps going strong.
He does, and he's out there performing, and he sounds wonderful. And we don't really do his renditions of the songs. We didn't do it in such a country production. We did more of an acoustic, sort of really just kind of highlighting what a great songwriter he is, and how these songs, they're so singable. The half the time the audience sings with me. Silver Wings, and we do Today I Started Loving You Again, and Let's Chase Each Other Around the Room. We do, we had a lot of fun recording these songs, and I grew up listening to him. My dad worked at International Harvester, and so he and his buddies in the carpool loved country music, and that's how I kind of got introduced to country. So touches all those moms out there, that's for sure. Letting Go was, of course, the song my husband wrote for my mom and me, and it's the story of turning 18 and going on to wherever, to college or to your new life or whatever, and how you have to just sort of at that point reconcile yourself to the fact that they have grown up. And my son is a sophomore at college now, and boy, that summer right before he left, I had a hard time getting through that song. Every time I would sing it, I would choke up at the same place for some reason. And finally, my bass player said, "Do we have to do that song?" Clearly, it upsets you.
And your husband is a Doug Kreider?
Yes.
And he's written extensively over the years, so he's had So
he's a wonderful songwriter. He's just he knows how to sort of boil down our feelings into the shortest amount of words possible. And for me, I write with him a lot, and I'll spill out something that I want to talk about, and he somehow boils it down into these beautiful words that rhyme at the end. I don't know how he does it.
Well, I tell you, it has been fantastic to talk with you this morning, and we want to remind folks the shows are May 8th at the Dakota Jazz Club, downtown Minneapolis. And where's the best way?
I think one's at 7 and one's at 9.
Okay.
So if you feel young and vital and you feel like coming out and seeing our 9 o'clock show, or you are old enough that you don't have any kids you have to get up with in the morning, that's another good one. As we talked on
the phone beforehand, you're doing the Garth Brooks thing. Let's do 2 shows in one night, kind of thing. So.
Exactly. I would never ever pretend that I could keep up with Garth. Garth he's got a work ethic that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Where's the best place for people to get tickets?
You can go to my website, and there's a link on there that you just click, and it goes straight to buying tickets there.
Okay.
And I think they have it reserved seating, so you can decide, where you want to see it. There's a balcony if you like to look down on the stage. And like I said, it's just a trio, so it's a really intimate setting. We're very spontaneous. And so it kind of goes all different ways. And the folks who come to the 9 o'clock show will already be warmed up by that point. So, be ready for some really bad jokes. And your
website, SuzyBogguss.com. Thank you, Suzy. It's been fantastic having you with us this morning.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you helping me get the word out.
And best of luck.